Have you ever woken up 3, maybe even 4 times in the middle of the night just to pee? You stumble to the bathroom half asleep, you go, then crawl back into bed. But before you know it, you're back up again. Sound familiar? Most guys over 65 think, well, that's just part of aging, right? But here's the real question. What if it's not your age at all? What if something you're doing every single day is slowly making things worse down there? And worse yet, most men don't even realize they're doing it. Today, we're going to talk about a habit that millions of men over 65 do without thinking, a habit that's quietly damaging your prostate health. And trust me, by the time you finish this video, you'll wish someone had told you sooner. So if you're dealing with frequent trips to the bathroom, trouble starting your stream, or that annoying feeling of I'm not empty yet, then keep watching, because we're going to uncover what your prostate is really doing after 65, the number one silent habit that's making things worse, and most importantly, how to stop it before it's too late. And yes, we'll share a simple 3-minute trick to help you feel relief, starting today. But the real secret, the one habit that's secretly hurting your prostate, that comes at the end. And trust me, it's not what you think. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. Your prostate. What is it? And why does it matter so much? The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut. It sits just below your bladder and wraps around your urethra. That's the tube that carries urine out of your body. Now, the prostate has one big job. It produces fluid that protects and carries your reproductive cells. Sounds simple, right? But here's the thing. As you get older, your prostate doesn't just sit there quietly. Starting around age 50, it begins to grow. This is called BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. It means the gland is getting bigger, but it's not cancer. Still, that growth causes problems. Why? Because as the prostate gets bigger, it squeezes your urethra, like pinching a straw. That's why it gets harder to pee, why your stream is weaker, why you feel like you didn't quite finish. It's not just you, it's physics. Think of your bladder as a balloon. It fills with urine and tries to push it out, but the prostate says, not so fast. That pressure builds up, your bladder works harder, eventually it gets tired too. That's why you wake up at night, why you feel like you always have to go, and why your quality of life takes a big hit. But here's where it gets interesting. This pressure, this growth, can be made much worse by one hidden habit, and we're getting closer to that. But first, let's look at what this habit does inside your body. All right, let's talk about the silent enemy here. It's not sugar, it's not spicy food, it's not even coffee, it's this, sitting too much. Yep, that's it. Now I know what you're thinking. Sitting? That's ridiculous. I've been sitting my whole life. Sure. But the problem isn't just sitting, it's how long and how often. Let me explain. As we age, blood flow to certain parts of the body naturally slows down. One of those parts? The pelvic area, where your prostate lives. Now imagine sitting for hours a day, in front of the TV, behind the wheel, at the kitchen table, or just relaxing in your favorite chair. When you sit too long, especially with bad posture, you put direct pressure on the pelvic floor. That pressure reduces blood flow, which means less oxygen, less nutrient delivery, and more inflammation. And guess what? Chronic inflammation is one of the leading drivers behind prostate enlargement. So while you're sitting there peacefully watching a ball game, your prostate might be swelling ever so slightly, every hour, every day, little by little. It's like a slow leak in your plumbing system. You won't notice at first. But one day, things stop working properly. Now, research backs this up. A study from Harvard found that men who sit more than 6 hours a day have up to 35% higher risk of prostate problems compared to those who move regularly. And no, going to the gym for 30 minutes won't fix it if the other 12 hours are spent sitting. Your body needs movement throughout the day. Think of it this way. The prostate is like a sponge. If you sit on it all day, it gets compressed, stiff, irritated, and over time, it pushes back. So what can you do? You don't need a gym, you don't need fancy gear, you just need movement. Here's how to do it. Fix number 1, stand up every 30-45 minutes. Set a timer or use the bathroom break as your signal. When you get up, do this. Take 10 steps, roll your shoulders, stretch your legs. That's it. It gets blood flowing. It reduces pressure and it tells your body, we're still alive down here. Fix number 2. Try this pelvic release stretch. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Bend your knees slightly, tuck your hips forward, just a little. Now breathe in and gently pull your belly in. Hold for 5 seconds. Release. Do that 3 times. It relaxes the pelvic floor and supports prostate blood flow. Fix number 3. Use a seat cushion. If you sit a lot for work or TV, get a cushion that reduces pressure on the perineum, the area between your tailbone and genitals. These are cheap, and they work. You'd be amazed at how much better things feel with less pressure on your prostate. While we're at it, let's talk about a few more habits that sneak up on you. Habit number 1, holding your pee too long. It stretches the bladder, puts pressure on the prostate, can cause urinary retention and irritation. Habit number 2, not drinking enough water during the day. Dehydration leads to concentrated urine, which irritates the urinary tract. Instead, drink water steadily through the day, not all at once before bed. Habit number 3, eating too much salt. High sodium levels sharks more fluid retention, more pressure in the urinary system, worse nighttime trips. Habit number 4, sitting on the toilet too long. Scrolling your phone for 20 minutes while sitting increases pressure on your pelvic floor, which affects circulation around the prostate. Keep it short and sweet, small things, but they add up. Now let's end on a good note. There are foods that help, foods that reduce inflammation and support prostate health. Food number 1, tomatoes. They're rich in lycopene, an antioxidant known to protect the prostate. Cooked tomatoes are best. Think sauces, soups, or stews. Food number 2, pumpkin seeds, full of zinc and plant sterols. Both support healthy prostate tissue. Snack on a handful each day. Food number 3, ground flax or chia seeds, high in omega-3s and lignans, which help reduce inflammation and balance hormones. Sprinkle them in smoothies, yogurt, or oatmeal. Bonus herbs, if approved by your doctor. Saw palmetto pygium nettle root. These have been studied for their role in easing urinary symptoms, but check with your provider first. All right, let's recap. If you're a man over 65, your prostate is already changing. That's a fact. But what makes it worse is sitting too much, too long, too often. It's the hidden habit no one talks about. It reduces circulation, increases inflammation, and quietly pushes your prostate to the limit. But the good news, you can change that. You can stand, stretch, breathe, move, just a few minutes, every hour, can give your body the reset it's been begging for. And remember, don't wait until things go bad. Protect your health now, because aging isn't the enemy. Inactivity is. You've made it this far in life. Let's make these next years your strongest yet. Comment below if you felt the effects of sitting too much, or if you found ways to fight back. Like this video if it opened your eyes. Subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, The Morning Habit That Helps Men Sleep Through the Night. Thanks for watching. Now get up and take a lap. Your prostate will thank you.